It's the last session of the day, so bear with me next 2 hours. I'll be fast. I'm going to speak about lean marketing, especially about how does consumer behavior change in time and how do we need to adapt our digital marketing to this changing behavior, going from measuring the behavior of your users on the website, what can we get out of it, and as I said, how should we adapt the digital marketing based on the insights we are going to get out of it. But first, a quick simple question for you. What's the price of the microwave oven GE Profile Ventium 120? Come on, use your phones, Google it. No? I'm going to help you. First, at Sears, it's almost $900. What do you think about Best Buy? Is it lower, higher? Higher? Who's for higher? 1, 2, 2. Lower? Oh, majority. It's 800, yeah, you're right. What about Amazon? Higher? Higher. Lower? Lower. The same? Okay. Actually, currently it's $870. Why currently? Because Amazon is using dynamic pricing. They are changing their product prices around 9 times a day, I think. So we see the blue line is Sears, they don't change their price at all. The green line is Best Buy, they change the price 2 times per day usually, and Amazon, they change 9 times per day. Based on what? Based on the knowledge of their consumers. So they actually know where you are, what's the time, what are you doing, are you in your car, are you at home, and so on, and they are changing their price based on that, so they can, of course, get as much margin and revenue out of it as possible. So consumer behavior has changed dramatically, so you're going, wow, no. Again, each year the same question or the same statement. And this year, mobile is the key topic, I think, because of the Google updates and everything. And when we are speaking in our region with our clients about mobile, they say, oh my God, come on again. You started with mobile marketing, mobile is here 10 years ago and it's here, but come on, it's not really important. So what we did analyze their own data. And we found out that the sessions on mobile increased for 85% in 1 year. Okay, only sessions. Users, of course, they are using mobiles to search for information, but nobody is buying online. Not true. Conversion rate on mobile increased for 45%, and revenue on mobile increased for 160%. So this means a couple of million euros per year in tiny Slovenia with 2 million people. And if you think the mobile is not important for you, just bring the money here. And then they are slowly trying to rethink everything. Oh, maybe a few $1 million or euros is not a small amount of money. Okay, and marketing was never easy, especially with those new tools, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google, and so on. It's changing every day. And it's really complex because of it. And we don't know how users are behaving because there are new tools and new social media sites every day erupting and so on. Okay. 80% of digital conversion paths will include more than one digital channel. What does it mean? Of course, you cannot expect from one user to go, let's say, to see your ad on Facebook, click on that, and then he will buy the stuff. We don't do that. We usually see an ad, let's say, on Facebook, then we go to Google and do research, then we see and get an email and so on. So 80% of conversion paths will include more than one digital channel. And again, what we are seeing in our region is our clients, new clients who approach us and they want to advertise either on Google or to do search engine optimization, they are really smart. They will say, I know exactly on which 5 words I need to rank. These are the 5 keywords our clients or their customers are using. And we go, okay, 5 keywords. So we need another research. We took all the keywords that are generating traffic on the websites in our region, and on average, we see that there are 10,000 different keywords which will generate traffic on your website. So to focus only on 5, yeah, not a really good strategy. Of course, majority of these keywords are long-tail keywords, which means that you need to focus on content marketing as well. And we went even further. We analyzed it and figured out that on average, buyers online will use more than 3,700 different conversion paths. So all the smart guys who are saying, I know exactly how consumers are behaving, they will go to Facebook, see your ad, they will Google then your brand, they will sign up for a newsletter, they will click on your content in newsletter, they will, whatever, Google you again, and they will buy it, your stuff. It's not really true. This is one possible conversion path, and on average we see there is 3,073 different combinations. So what do we need to do? We really need to understand the consumers. How are they behaving? How can we catch them in their most important moments? And this is what they want. Can you figure it out? It's simple. Very good-looking brand would like to meet consumers with good sense of humor for long-term relationship. The keyword here is long-term relationship. So nobody is looking to get screwed on the first day or get late on the first day. I think, and consumers will look for trustworthy brand, and they want to develop a relationship with the brand. And our job as a brand managers or digital marketing managers for our clients is to basically enable consumers to have the best possible relationship and experience with the brand online, either on search, either on any other channel. And we think we are really successful at this. Of course we are, but not really. On average, only 15% of all website visitors will start a purchase process. Not buy online, but start a purchase process. That means that they will put an item or product into the basket. That's it. 15%. The rest of 85%, they don't even consider doing that. So we are not successful. Even worse, of only those 15%, only 11% will convert in the end. So it's around 1.something% of conversion rate. So we suck. Come on. What happens with the rest of 99% of the users? They are gone. We cannot sell to them. 89% of users will abandon their carts. What are we going to do? We need to establish the metrics to really understand what are they doing. Why are they abandoning us, our carts, our websites, and so on. To do that, we need 3 things. We need data, big data, lots of quality data. Then we need to establish tracking consumers through the whole consumer decision journey, and we need to establish micro and macro conversions. Okay, first of all, what we are using is this really nice slide. It shows the consumer decision journey. Consider valued by experience want or awareness research, purchase, and so on. It really doesn't matter how you name the different phases. What matters is that users tend to change, of course, their needs while they are traveling throughout the consumer decision journey. They are using different channels. They are using. We should be using different approaches, different content, and different KPIs. I'll go more into this at the end of my presentation. Why are we doing this? Because if we establish the the digital analytics framework, which will track the users throughout the consumer decision journey, we can see the number of transactions and interactions users need before they will convert or buy something online. So is it like 5 different visits to your website? Is it 10? How are different web digital channels connecting with each other? What's the length of the purchase process? So what I think the length of the purchase process in travel industry in Europe is? How many days? You know. So let me, okay, I want to go to a holiday for, I don't know, winter holiday somewhere, skiing. I'm starting my research. When will I book my winter holiday package? In 2 days? 8 days? 2 months? What would it? 2 weeks?
3 months.
3 months? Okay.
Overseas, it can be 1 year.
Yeah, of course, it depends on the country, on the industry, travel, city breaks versus packages, and they are different. But on average, in Europe, it's 31 days. So, if you convince your boss, oh, we need a digital campaign to promote our holiday packages, travel packages, and give me 10,000 euros, he'll give you 10,000 euros, and you will start to advertise, and after a week, he comes to you and, where are the results? And if you don't know this, and you go into your Google Analytics account, into your, I don't know, Google AdWords account, there are no sales, no transactions. Oh shit, you're screwed. But if you know this, you can explain, on average, it will take 1 month after we'll see the results. So it's maybe a matter of life and death. Okay. Then we go to micro and micro conversions. This is a website, it's in Slovenia, sorry, about a huge e-commerce website in Slovenia, and what we are tracking here, of course, is a macro conversion, which is a purchase / transaction, and then we are tracking lots of micro conversions from register, sign up for newsletter, this is a wish list, compare different products, reviews, and if we scroll a little down, we have reviews from other users again, then check the stock. We have social actions. We have a wizard which helps you select a TV set which will best fit into your living room. And also we have a content hub. And we are measuring all of this. And because of this, we know how different micro conversions will correlate with the transactions at the end. And when we do this, we can establish a framework with different micro conversions focusing to different phases of consumer decision journey. So this is the awareness phase when people are only watching the products, think / research, and do / purchase, and new followers on social media, social actions go into the awareness phase. This info required, catalog downloaded, galleries browsed, videos watched, and so on, email signups go into the midterm business goals, and of course reviews, ratings, lead forms, and bookings or purchases will go into the short-term business goals. And as I mentioned, you need different KPIs as well, because if your goal is to increase awareness of your brand, whatever, or your goal is to move people into researching your product and you're measuring the revenue, it's totally messed up. You need to know what's your goal and align your goals with the KPIs. These are the most basic goals, so if your goal is to increase the number of transactions, you need to basically measure revenue and micro conversion rate. If your goal is to push people into research, you're measuring engagement on your website, checkout abandonment rate, and so on. And we can go into more complex measurement, like micro conversion rate, assisted conversions, engagement events per visit, reach and frequency, and so on. The next issue we all have is multi-device. On average, what users are using 3-4 different devices. How many devices are you using to access the internet? 1? No. 2? 3, 4, 5, and so on. And on majority of digital analytics tools, like Google Analytics, in its basic implementation, they cannot measure how users are moving from one device to another device. So you see a lot of different sessions, and you see lots of different transactions which happen on the first session, on the first day, which is totally not true. What you need to do is basically connect those sessions from one device to another device using centric analysis, and universal analytics really enables you to do this quite simply. So basically it will stitch the sessions together from mobile to tablet and desktop for one specific user. This will enable you basically to track users from the first click, which is usually online from display advertising or something similar, to the last conversion, which in majority of industries, again, is still in offline stores. The travel industry in Europe, I think it's the only industry where the majority of transactions will happen online. Okay, why are we doing this? Because it really works. This is a case study or results from a client of ours. They're selling sports equipment in Croatia. And we did implement this tracking and adapted the digital marketing based on the insights we got. And their conversion rate increased for 135%. The bounce rate on the website, it's only 26%. Average user will view at least 14 pages in one session, in one visit. Sorry. And we increased the number of transactions for 45%. The same budget, just a different approach. So the benefits are, first of all, you will understand your user behavior online much, much better. Based on that, you can then target them better throughout the consumer decision journey, and this means better performance and better ROI for you. Okay, so this is the basic stuff. So you need to measure everything, basically. Now we need to get insights. First of all, aggregated data is shit. Like, what is aggregated data? Metrics like CPA, cost per acquisition, and conversion rate, that they don't say a lot. So what does it mean that you have 1% conversion rate? How does this help me? Is it good or is it bad? 1% conversion rate, is it good? Nobody's.
Because
is it bad?
It doesn't show any trends.
Yeah.
It's not.
You need a few additional metrics to compare or to see what's really going on. And we have 3 segments you should be really focused on. Acquisition behavior outcomes, similar to Google Analytics structure. Which channels are driving traffic, how are users behaving, and what influences the conversion at the end. First, acquisitions. Where is the income coming from? Which digital channel is bringing most of the income? On average, almost 40% of income revenue on websites will come from organic traffic from search engines, Google. Okay. Then, of course, based on how much you are spending in paid search, 30% of revenue will come from paid search. Then you have referral around 11%, direct hits, 10% email, 6%, social, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. What does it mean? So basically, if you're on Google plus direct, it's 80% of the revenue. All the rest is shit, you don't need it. Yeah. Not entirely true. It is true that these channels are bringing most of the last click conversions, but social media, display advertising, and stuff like that are really playing a crucial role in assisted conversion area. So they are bringing new users, and if you would cut those out of your digital marketing budget or strategy, eventually your funnel would shrink and it wouldn't go really well. So 64% of conversions paths will include non-branded traffic. So focusing only on your brand, again, is not a good strategy. Okay, moving further, because we already created this micro and macro conversions metrics, the framework, which I explained before, you can prepare reports like this in Google Analytics. So these are all the micro conversions from the same e-commerce website I was showing you. So this is if the user read the article on the Content Hub, this is user registration and so on, social stuff. Then we have this wizard, check the stock, cart, add to cart, and purchases. And these are segmented by different channels. This means that in one simple report, now I can see which channels are the most appropriate for each part of the consumer decision journey. So I see these for direct, organic, search, referral, and social are bringing the most users who will actually read the content, the articles on the Content Hub. And organic search and paid search is the best for reading reviews of the products. And we have, what's this, refer and email best for interactions on a subdomain. I don't know, what is this? And paid search for comparing products and so on. Even further, I can switch to conversion rate, micro conversion rate for each channel again, and I can see the conversion rate split and segmented by different channel groupings. This means I can easily adapt my digital channel selection for each micro conversion. So what we are doing then, using this data, we are adapting which channels, digital channels, we are using for each stage of consumer decision journey. Of course, if you're using display advertising in all three stages, it doesn't mean the ad copy or ad will be the same, the landing page will be the same, and so on. How are users behaving? Different devices, different behavior. This is the research we did last year, and of course it's pretty obvious. The peak for desktop usage is 11 a.m. while we are, of course, working, and peak for tablets and mobile is at 9 p.m. when we are in front of the television or whatever, doing at home. Even more interesting, we see the average order value conversion rate. This is again a little bit old, and share of revenue. The average order value is the highest on mobile. Why? In my opinion, on tablet. This is tablet. In my opinion, because in Slovenia, if you own a tablet, you're at least a little bit above average paid. It's getting different, but it's like that. And majority of revenue will still come from your desktop devices. Who owns an e-commerce website or works for an e-commerce client? Not a lot of you. Okay, do you have enhanced e-commerce implemented? Do you know what enhanced e-commerce is? Okay. If you are working for e-commerce client, you need to implement enhanced e-commerce because it's really good about revealing additional data. So the normal e-commerce will only show the behavior from the cart till the confirmation of the purchase. With e-commerce, you can see the shopping behavior. So you can see how many users are on the website or were on the website, how are they viewing different products, different categories, adding to cart, and so on. And you can even segment this by channels, devices, and stuff like that. Even more interesting for me, because I like data, is you can add additional custom dimensions, custom metrics into Google Analytics, which means that you can implement like weather tracking inside Google Analytics. You can upload or import product purchase price from your backend system to see the actual margin of the sneakers you are selling and so stuff like that. And of course, like I mentioned before, content is really important. And what we are doing, we are measuring how users are consuming content. Are they only like opening the website, the article page, or are they actually, goodbye Alec, have a nice trip, safe flight.
Have a nice trip.
So if they are actually scrolling down and reading the article, and we can, this is the basic implementation, but in more advanced stuff we are actually see if they read the first, let's say 20%, the second 40%, and so on, how much time did they take them to read the article and so on. So this is the average, this is our blog. So everybody in our company needs to write a blog. Then I'm using this dashboard to fire them. So this is the average. Oh, that's the entry page. Who is that? You're fired. Okay, you have like two strikes and then you're fired. But actually we are using this because we want to know which blogs are better, longer, shorter, lots of pictures, videos inside and so on, which topics do engage users more and stuff like this. It's not our purpose just to produce shitty content overall. Okay. And how do buyers behave? We need to know how do buyers behave because we need to mimic those behavior to get additional buyers. More than 50% of visitors will visit a website more than once before they purchase. This data is a little bit screwed because of multi-device tracking again. 40% of visitors will visit the website more than 5 times, 1/3 of transactions will happen within a day, and 40% of purchase cycles will last more than 7 days. Okay, then the last part, what influences conversion? Of course, we know that, common knowledge, returning visitors will convert at higher rate than the new visitors. On average, it's 2 times higher conversion rate for returning visitors. So our goal is to convince users to come back to our website because they are worth more for us. Then you have branded visits versus non-branded versus branded. Whatever. Again, users who are typing your domain into Google or directly into the browser, www.yourdomain.com or something like that, will have 2.5 times higher conversion rate than the rest of the users. Even better, we know that we can track that if a visitor will click on a specific ad in, I don't know, on Facebook, in Google AdWords, is this actually influencing the conversion? And we know exactly which ads are better, not about attracting new visitors, about click-through rate, but influencing the conversion rate. Going further, we can do the same stuff with different digital channels. So if a user came, I don't know, from Facebook, the conversion rate is 1.5. If he came from Google, it's almost 2%. If it came from Facebook and then also from Google, it's 2.44, and if he came from Facebook and then from whatever email, let's say, it's 2.8. Based on these data, again, we know which digital channels should we focus on. And this is the weather. I think I was supposed to show, I can show you later on how it works, but what we are doing, we are tracking every user, every hit on the website, and because we know the IP address, then we know the IP address of the user, we go to one specific API to determine the location of the user, the city, and then we use additional APIs to get the data about the weather, the temperature and current weather in this position. Then we import all this data in our Google Analytics. This helps us to understand if a specific weather condition is actually influencing the online conversion rate and revenue. So we know if it's, let's say, sunny and plus 20 degrees, it's much better. I don't know, bicycles will sell more because we know this, and we know that the forecast for next weekend it's sunny plus 20 degrees. We can increase the CPC on our Google AdWords and our Facebook ads because we know that statistically we are going to have higher conversion rate, and we can afford higher CPCs, and we will get higher revenue out of it. Okay, why are we doing all this shit? Because we want to optimize digital marketing on the first hand, then optimize user experience based on behavior we are tracking, and of course, better user targeting at the end. Okay, now we have all the insights, but we need to do some stuff with them. First, we need to adapt the content. The key challenges that we are facing in our region is that all websites or online companies are quite good about producing content for the purchase phase. So if a user knows, I want to buy this specific TV, they're quite good about user experience, and there's a picture of this TV, there's a price, there are dimensions, and okay, cool. But they don't have a clue, or they don't produce any content for the phases before the purchase decision is made. So what if user is not ready to buy? I don't have a clue about which TV I should select. Do you have any content, article, whatever, which will help me? No. So how good are we? If your bounce rate is higher than 50%, you suck, or we suck. It should be lower than 50% in most of the cases. Again, we have three different stages: see, think, do. In the C/awareness phase, we should produce content that explains users why they need our solution, our product, our services. It's quite general content, but we need to kind of engage with them. In think phase, how are you going to use my product, my service, and how is this going to help you as a person, as a user? And in do phase, we should answer what are they getting out of it. The price is here, the rest, you shouldn't mention price here and here at all. And this is a case again from, what's that? Okay, it's a travel agency called Oscar from Slovenia, a client of ours, which they were quite good about selling online products, so travel to exotic destinations. And what we did with them, we started to produce content which was supporting research phase. So we asked their past travelers, past customers, to write a blog about their experience with them in Thailand and so on, and we published lots of content regarding specific islands and areas they are taking their customers, how is their published pictures, videos, and stuff like this. The result here is so this means travel to India. Travel India. First of all, we have a huge, really nice design Google AdWords ad here with pictures, phone number, site link extensions, and here 9 to 18 days long travels to India from price this and this and this. Then we have also really good positions on search, organic search, and because of that we increase the traffic from organic search by 32%. Number of transactions out of these long tail keywords increased by for 42%, and income increased for 55%. Only because we added content which supported the research phase. That's it. That's it. And another case study, this is again the e-commerce site from Slovenia, the content hub we created for them. Traffic increased 2,500%. There are more than 22,000 videos played per month in a population of 2 million. Again, 1 million online, 2 million total population. 14,000 articles are read each month, and bounce rate only 37%. And it really helped them, because they know what 4K TV set is? 4K. Who knows, please? Okay, the rest of you. Would you buy a TV set, 4K TV set for 1,000 euros, or that's 3,000 Turkish lira? Who would buy it? Yeah, you know what 4K is. The rest, no way. And this is really important. We are publishing content what 4K TV sets are on this content hub to explain to the user, okay, this is what 4K means, you need to do this, blah, 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 and convince them that it's really worth to invest 1,000 euros to buy a TV set like this. Okay. And in the end, it's not only because of the revenue you're producing, it's also helping consumers to build your brand reputation, because they will trust you more. Okay, I remember they helped me to solve my problem. Okay, then we are going to the second phase, which is adapting your online marketing. Again, consumer decision journey, you remember what I said. We are using this digital marketing framework. So for every touch point in this consumer decision journey that we identify, we have 8 different segments. Target group, goal, user need, message, digital channels, targeting, KPIs, and content. And in each touch point, we are changing these 8 squares. So who's the target group? Again, in the C phase, the awareness phase, these are all people who are using similar or substitute products. So if I'm selling sneakers, all people who are wearing shoes. In think/research phase, all people who are using similar substitute products and are thinking right now, maybe I need a new product. They are not decided yet. Maybe I don't know yet. And in the do phase are the people who they know exactly which product they want to buy, and they are holding the credit card in their hand. So I want to buy it. Then we have a goal, a business goal. We want to build awareness here. We want to build brand engagement here. We want to increase sales here. You will get the slides out with the deck. Then we have the user need, which is really important because our goal is to satisfy the user after all. In the awareness/C phase, user goal is not to buy a product, I'm sorry. Their goal is only maybe to feel connected with the brand. In the research phase, again, I don't want to buy a product. My goal is, I need to research the sneakers, which are the best sneakers for me. And in do/purchase phase, my goal is actually to get the best deal possible. To buy a specific sneakers, I already know which ones, for the lowest price possible. Then we have the message. To do that, to satisfy the goal, we need to have a creative that will build an emotion. Like, oh, yeah. John Lewis, penguins and man on the moon. Do you know John Lewis ads? Yes, you do. Yeah, they're good. Cry. Think research, creative that encourages research and engagement, and in do creative that it's really focused on product and price/offer. Digital channels, again, lots of those different digital channels. There are a bunch of them missing. And as I explained earlier, you can use display or Facebook or Google or whatever, SEO on all phases, but that doesn't mean the approach is the same. Targeting, well, this is more for Google AdWords and Facebook and stuff like that. Affinity categories, interest categories, demographics. So really broad targeting on all the population we are targeting. Think in-market bars, interest categories, remarketing in broader way, I think. Mid-funnel keywords that Alec was explaining about. So this is quite similar to the Alex deck. And in do phase, niche remarketing, transactional searches, brand keywords, product names, lower funnel keywords, search remarketing, and stuff like this. Then we have the KPIs. We have seen slides like this before, so I will just repeat it fast. Reach and frequency, brand searches, number of new visitors you're getting, if you're building awareness, of course, number of mentions on social. In Think, assisted conversions, number of leads, and so on, and do revenue conversion rate profit. How does this apply, let's say, to display advertising? We all know Nike. You know Nike, of course. And I think it was for London Olympics. They filmed this ad. It's a black kid standing on the top of the water jump. He's really scared, like. And then the camera shows him from the side, and he goes, and he jumps. And all the ad says, it's find your greatness. And it's really emotional. It builds emotional connection with the brand, wide targeting on YouTube, wide-oriented creative, similar to P&G stuff, Mom's campaign last year, I think, for Sochi Olympics, similar to Dove, was it Dove campaign with the faces, and John Lewis Christmas campaign. So basically, they are not selling anything there, but they are making you cry. Second, Think, research phase. In this case, Nike again, they are launching new product, and Nike Free Bionic. They don't put any price on that. They will just say learn more. And at the end, in the do phase, they'll put a product on that. They will put the price, or even better, the discount on that. This is again a case study, just to convince you it really works. So we were using Google AdWords for printing, which they sell online ink. They sell ink online for printers. The budget for AdWords was the same. They had their own advertising before. They were doing this by themselves. Then we took over and reorganized their Google AdWords campaigns. And by doing this, based on the consumer decision journey and stuff that I was explaining, we increased the sales for the same budget for 70%, 50% lower conversion, cost per acquisition and cost per transaction, 50% higher conversion rate, and ROI almost 1,000%. So €1, you get 10 euros back. Okay. At the end, what we are trying to do is to capture the micro moments. This is the new buzzword from Google. And Facebook has micro what? Something. Micro. They're all the same. They figure out that in our research, and if you go into your Google Analytics account, I think you will see the same data. Maybe 2-3 years ago, we were seeing sessions on the website which were quite long, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, stuff like that. But as the mobile advanced and we are getting more and more busy, we don't have time to spend like 20 minutes researching for a product. Or if you're on a coffee with your friend and you're sitting down and he's explaining to you, oh, I just came from, I don't know, Tanzania, it was really good, and you got really excited. What do you say? Oh, great, I'll wait like 5 hours to get to my home and I'll check the flights. Hell no, you say, shut up, and you take your phone out and you go on whatever search engine or meta engine you're using, and you will check for flight prices right away. Again, what we are seeing, those long sessions are shrinking to a few seconds sprints, 10, 15, 20 seconds. Again, when you're standing in a row for, let's say, ATM, you have 15 seconds, you check your emails and stuff like this. And Google and Facebook and big companies are seeing the same data, I think, and that's why they are approaching the marketing now in kind of a different way. Micro moments. You need to capture the micro moments to really know for a specific moment, similar to the touch points I was explaining, what's the user need and how can you help them. And Google did put out some really good stuff a couple of weeks ago, I think, called Customer Match. Do you know about Customer Match on Google? Yeah. When you can upload your email database, and they will match it with their users, and then you can do really crazy creative stuff using combining different targeting with customer match to remarket to a specific niche audience in a specific moment. And it's really, really powerful. You're not targeting tens of thousands of users, but maybe only a few thousand, but because of it, it really works. And again, this is another case study, other areas, AdWords remarketing. We just won an award for this 2 days ago in Slovenia. What we did. So Other Airways is our national airline, and we are advertising in, I think 15 different markets in Europe. And they're flying from like Istanbul, I don't know, Serbia, Albania, Macedonia, to Germany, UK, I don't know, Russia as well and stuff like that. So throughout Europe. And because of these users or flyers are kind of different. So some destinations are business destinations, some are totally leisure destinations. And of course, Russian market is totally different than German market, totally different than Albanian market. So from Russia, you need, what, 3 weeks to get a visa?
You mean here?
Yeah, not here, to Europe.
To Europe now, it's like you can do like a really fast track one, so it takes like less than 1 week.
Less than 1 week, oh, cool. So in what we are seeing for Russia, that because we are tracking again micro conversions, we see that usually flights are booked or purchased more than 1 month before they will fly to Slovenia or to a specific destination. In Albania, it's totally different. It's 1 week and stuff like that. And then we analyze the conversion rate. So how many interactions with your brand and website, and how many days since the last visit to your website, the conversion rate really goes up. And based on this big data analysis, we created, I think, 565 different remarketing lists. And we are really, again, targeting micro moments, really small targeted user segments. And we increased revenue for 80%. Conversion rate is 140% higher, and with almost 30% lower costs, because we just cut out all the bad customers, which were not going to convert. But at the end, our ultimate goal is, of course, to decrease CPAs, decrease cost per action, cost per transaction. To close it up, to sum it up, this is the comparison of our top clients, where we are using this approach, 2014 versus 2013. What you see is that revenue increased almost 160%, number of sessions 17%, conversion. This means that the budget really didn't increase a lot. Conversion rate almost 100%, and so on. Transactions 130%, while the cost per transaction decreased more than 40%. It really works. I was quite fast. So 3 basic steps you should remember. First of all, you need unique content, really unique content on your website, which will support every step in the consumer decision journey, not just the purchase phase. Secondly, pay attention to your organic search, because it's the most important channel in terms of revenue and new users as well. And it's the cheapest channel at the end. Google CPC and Facebook CPC prices are going up, and you cannot rely your digital marketing presence and strategy only on paid traffic. No way. And third, use remarketing. It's really good to target micro moments, niche user segments. And that's it. Thank you. Questions? Can I go home? Yeah, yes, you can. Sorry.
Is there a point where we say to ourselves, I'm micromanaging this, I dive too much into the data? Is that such a point, or?
I think so. I think you should do both. Dive into data and then go back to see the big picture and then go back in. What I'm doing, I'm the CEO. I'm not working on the specific campaigns, but usually from time to time I really dive into data, like go really deep. And in a few days I see, okay, this is good, I have something which should to work with. Or either I see this is total bullshit and then I go back out of it. So I think you need to go in, out, in, out. If you're only really deep into data, you're quite soon becoming frustrated and you don't see the big pictures. And you need to know what are you trying to achieve. Increase conversion rate, increase profits, increase revenue, overall the big macro business goals, you need to know what they are for you. Any other questions? Yeah.
What's your basic principle in pricing your service? The service you provide?
It really depends. So it depends on the complexity of the market. It depends on how many markets we are covering. And it depends on the budget and responsibility we are getting. So we have clients who work with us only on search engine or only on Google AdWords, and we have big clients from our region who are basically relying on us as their digital strategists and maybe digital consultants, and we are working SEO, analytics, business consulting in terms of online and stuff like that. So it goes from few hundred euros per month to a few thousand euros per month. We can go more deeply into this.
Is it more important to concentrate on fixed pricing for defined services, or is it a good idea to have a success-based fee?
Yeah, it's success-based fee is kind of, from my perspective, it's kind of tricky because majority of our clients are like offline companies as well. And although we are doing the best and everything we can do online, if somebody, their CEO says something on the TV, their sales go down and I'm not getting paid because of that. Not really. We did try that and it never worked well because either we cannot really prepare the formula which is fair for all of us, or the formula is too complex. So basically what we do, our idea or our approach is fire us whenever you want. Our goal is to really add value every month to your business, to your success. If you don't see that, just fire us. That's it. You can go home. Thank you.